Okay, on my very unwise YouTube channel, I'm about to do a rant about the most sacred members of the YouTube community. I am talking about the Legion of Super Critics. You see, when the angry video game nerd found his way out of the daily grind by hearkening to video games kids nostalgia by saying something that needed to be said in a very pissed off manner, why the hell did LJN get the duty of making games about all our precious action hero movies? Their game sucked. But he started an epic on YouTube of entertainers trying to entertain us by hearkening to our nostalgic childhood memories involving film and video games. Oh, the best of the crop was the Legion of Super Critics. Quite a legion they have there. Oh yes, I remember that. I can just see a worker, if he had known about the future that day Doug Walker came into the cafeteria during the lunch break, you know, and got a boombox to play 2001. And to that triumphant theme, he ripped off his shirt and it had "I quit." I could just see a worker in that cafeteria going, "Oh yeah, Doug, you found your way out of the, daily grind. You found a way to not have to work amongst us low-level peons and make an honest living." Well, I looked into a crystal ball, Doug Walker. Kick ass you, and then you had the nerve to say, "I'm gonna show you, Hollywood, about how it's done." Oh yes, I mean, I think all of YouTube can concede the League of Super Critics, as anything must be, became evil once it became a heartless corporate entity run by Mark Michaud. Oh yes, the Legion of Super Critics. I have to side with Mr. Medicare on this one. Oh, I like comic books and but now it says Frank, Miller, who comic book kids are brainwashed into thinking is a genius because of, The Dark Knight Returns. Making Batman the very serious character he used to be during the golden age of YouTube, of DC Comics. Apparently, I found out because of Mr. Medicare that, Linkara has a thing for Muppet snuff porn. What kind of freak gets off on a picture of Kermit the Frog in a shower, cowering naked in fear? Oh yes, if you can pipe me through to Spoonie, I would say, listen man, if I could get $5,000 a month by blowing homeless men, I would seriously consider it, but geez man, did you see Kick-Assia? I mean, God, the Spoonie movie could have been an hour of Dr. Insano riffing about how he's gonna stop the world from being conquered by Reb Brown, Oh yes, I love eBaying, when Doug Walker went to his fan base and said, "Oh, my feelings are hurt. You all think I tried to escape being the nostalgia critic by killing the monster I had created and decided to show Hollywood how it was done with reel-to-reel, Oh God, anybody can concede that, when the nostalgia critic is about the funniest Doug Walker ever got, then, see, this is an unwise rant, but Mike Michaud, even a nuclear arms manufacturer, looks better than that guy. I mean, does there have to be a corporation revolved around really unfunny comedy that ruins our childhood nostalgia, you know, for our beloved Hollywood movies? Like, Spooty, if you're gonna hit on a woman, you know, so I gotta thank Mr. Medicare for having a sane opinion about the Legion of Super Critics. Your best pickup line on one of the female critics was, "Hey, if you go with me, I'll keep you chained up in my basement, so you love you my way with, you know, pain and tears." Well, holy shit, Spooty. Even history's sleaziest pickup artist would say that pickup line made me feel unclean. Oh yes, I love Mr. Medicare because apparently he's the only guy on YouTube that has the actual time, you know, to actually look up all the dark secrets about the YouTube community. Because listen, if you got a weird thing for weird, deviant Muppet snuff porn, for God's sakes, don't get an account that looks kind of bad, man. Well, yes, like I said, once something becomes a heartless corporate conglomerate, as anything must be, you know, it has to be heartless and step all over the common man. Oh, but of course, you know, anytime the white man gets a position in entertainment, you always find a way to shoehorn in some, you know, black guy to make them appear to be racially sensitive. You know, we call that guy the token black guy. That's white people being humanitarian. Oh, we learned the error of our ways. Now we'll treat you like you're as good as the white man now. Yes, like I love Doug Walker and e-pegging. Oh yeah, he got his audience through Patreon to, you know, get him $100,000 for a YouTube bit that was gonna be genius. Unfortunately, you know, his quiz show looked like it cost $5, and well, the token black guy in that one was called General Payne, and he had a shotgun. I like Mr. Medicare. Apparently, the Legion of Super Critics have a very devoted fan base where it is their dream to be good enough to be a member of the League of Super Critics. I can just see that Walker in that cafeteria, you know, the day, Doug Walker went in there and told all of them, "I found my way out of the daily grind, you peasants. I will show Hollywood how it is done." I guess some workers are like in there, yeah, looked into a crystal ball, Doug. It told me demo reel was gonna suck, and you would have to be the nostalgia critic till the end of time. Yeah, if we could get away with burning you alive in a giant effigy of hate, Doug, we would consider it. See, Mr. Medicare's video, the guy on the outside looking in, oh, the photographer has a funny bit involving board games, you know. Oh shit, if I want, you know, barely passable funny shtick, well, I go with the angry video game nerd because his analysis of Nintendo games is genius. Once he openly said something that needed to be said, every game LJN ever made sucked. Well, that is something that needed to be said. See, that's why I love, you know, the, Legion of Super Critics. They're great for, self-educating. I would have no idea who the hell Reb Brown is, but now I'm fairly well informed. Oh yeah, see, it is unwise to attack openly the most vaunted cash cow on YouTube, the Legion of Super Critics. And as anything must be, once it becomes a corporate conglomerate, it becomes inherently evil. Well, that's why Mr. Medicare is hilarious. He's got way too much free time, and he digs up the stuff on, people in the internet community that sort of needs to be said.
The enemy base, but block them from hacking yours.
See, the only angry, surly critic I go to is the angry video game nerd, because his analysis on Nintendo games is pure genius. If you think about the game, what is it, Ghosts and Goblins, where Arthur's chillaxing with his, queen in a haunted graveyard, then Satan shows up, steals his woman, and gives him a middle finger saying, "To save the beautiful princess, Arthur, you must beat one of the one of the hardest video games in history, and when you beat it, I'll give you a middle finger and say, Princess Prin won't be saved unless you do that again, Arthur." No, I think Arthur would at that point tell Satan, "You can keep Princess Prin. She is not worth the hassle, Satan." See, the angry video game nerd, I suspect kinda he's not the best Nintendo game player, and well, he had to bring in Mike Mashtai because any man who can beat Ghosts and Goblins on a single life, to us people who know anything about that game, know he must be one of the greatest game players in history. Oh yes, well, that's what I love Mr. Medicare. His analysis of people on the internet is genius, i.e., if you have a thing for weird Muppet snuff porn, for the sake of man, don't get an account. That shit can be used against you. Oh shit. See, did I do something unwise? Oh, did I have a chance of having the honor to be a member of the League of Super Critics? Oh shit. See, I got roped in watching, a lot of angry, surly, sometimes cringe-worthy, unfunny nerd humor on YouTube, because once one of them had the balls to actually say to us Nintendo kids, "For the love of God, Hollywood, if you're gonna make Nintendo games based on movies we love, don't go with LJN. Anybody that knows their Nintendo, they have never made a good game in the history of mankind." Well, that's a bit, but oh shit, did I screw with the wrong heartless corporate conglomerate?